Tammy, are you there? I was just curious if you were done at the hospital yet. If you've gotten whatever medicine you've gone to get from them, hurry up and come back home. There's still plenty of cleaning to be done here, so get back here now. I doubt that you even had anything wrong with you to begin with, you big baby.
Hello, Lucy. I am actually done at the hospital. Thanks for asking. It appears that I am, in fact, pregnant.
Wait, what? You mean it? You mean that you really are pregnant?
Yes, that's what the doctor told me anyways. I was told that I'm about 8 weeks pregnant.
Oh, really? Well, I couldn't tell at all. But congratulations on that, I suppose.
Thank you for the exciting response about it. I told Ben just now and he was over the moon about it. He said that he was going to buy a cake on the way home to celebrate the big news, actually.
Well, that seems just a little bit early to celebrate, if you ask me. I mean, we don't even know if you're going to be able to carry it to term.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. But it doesn't change the fact that I think this is something to be happy about. But don't worry, I promise not to let my guard down until I'm further along, and we're more sure.
Well, anyways, being pregnant doesn't mean that you're sick, so hurry up and get home and get back to work right now.
Yes, of course. I promise that I'll keep trying to work as hard as I can. Of course, I might not be able to do as much as I used to. In fact, I might even need some help.
What in the world are you talking about? Are you really saying that you're going to need help cleaning the house because you're pregnant? Honestly, what is wrong with your generation? Back in my day, pregnant women didn't use their pregnancy as an excuse to get out of their duties. Besides, young people these days get used to so many appliances to help them. It's hardly even work for you at this point.
Well, yes, I agree that we have much more technology now, but I still feel the physical effects of the pregnancy. I don't know, I just think that there might have to be some days that I need rest.
You don't know anything at all. Being lazy is one of the worst things that you can do for the baby. You need to keep yourself moving, and it'll help your baby too. And I don't want to hear any excuses about morning sickness or anything like that. The point is that you're not sick, you're just pregnant. Besides, if you're going to be a mom soon, then that means you'll still have to work on your housekeeping skills. It's obvious to me that you're not ready for this.
Yes, of course. Please don't worry about it. I promise to take care of everything to the best of my ability.
Well, I'm just saying that you still have a long way to go if you want to be ready to raise a child.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry to have caused any trouble over this.
Oh, I bet that you really are sorry. But honestly, it's just sad what women your age get away with these days. You want the whole world on a silver platter.
I'm sorry that that's what you've seen from my people in my generation.
You really are useless daughter-in-law, you know that? I don't know what my son was thinking marrying a girl from a poor family like yours. At this point, he might as well have married the maid. At least she would be more use than you. Don't you know how rich the family you're marrying into is?
Well, since I have some time before I'm going to have this baby, I am going to do my best to learn as much as I can.
That really is the least that you can do. You have no idea how embarrassing it is to having to introduce you as my daughter-in-law to people.
I understand. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused you. I should be home soon. I promise to start cleaning once I'm back.
Good. That's more like it. And once you've finished cleaning up around the house, you can start to cook dinner too. And if you screw up at all, I will be sure to let you know right away. But just do exactly as I say, and you should be fine. Tammy, do you have a moment? I just wanted to talk to you about moving out.
I'm sorry, you want to talk about me moving out? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Move out from what?
The house, of course. I want you to pack your bags and go. And I want you to divorce my son and never ever come back.
Oh, I see. I was afraid that you were going to say that. Well, I have no intention of breaking up with Ben. And I know for a fact that Ben doesn't want to leave me either.
I don't care at all what you think or what Ben thinks about you. The fact of the matter is that I'm not going to let you give birth to my grandchild.
I really don't know what you want me to say about that. I mean, I'm already pregnant, so...
Oh, you can go ahead and have the kid. I don't care about that. But you are not going to be raising it as a part of my family. I never ever want to hear even a word about this child.
Lucy, what are you saying? You can't be serious about this, right?
Oh, I am. I am dead serious about this. In fact, I'm actually having lunch with one of your friends right now. We're talking about how lovely it would be if she was married to Ben instead of you. If you know of anyone else who might want to marry Ben, please let me know. But anyways, this girl I'm with now was at one of my husband's office parties and was just head over heels when it came to Ben.
And so that's why I should divorce Ben, just like you're saying?
Of course. Don't you dare try and question my logic. I don't want a woman who was raised only by her mother polluting my bloodline. Unlike you, I've been raised with all the niceties of being a good homemaker. Baking, cooking, cleaning, I learned it all. I even used to work as a piano teacher because I was so skilled at playing it. And as far as I know, this young lady I'm talking to has all of these skills too.
Okay, well, your son and I love each other. Doesn't that matter at all? Either way, we're not going to be getting a divorce, especially now that I'm pregnant.
And just why do you think that has any bearing on anything? Is it money? Is that what you want? I'll be more than happy to pay you off if you go and never ever come back. Don't worry about that.
It's not about the money, Lucy. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that you are not going to be a member of my family. You and my son have already been married for 6 months living here, and it's just been horrible. I mean, you still haven't learned how to be a homemaker at all. I just know that this young lady I'm here with now will be the perfect wife for my son. She's far above anywhere you could dream of reaching.
Well, you're more than entitled to your opinion, but that isn't going to change the fact that Ben and I aren't splitting up. Ben feels the same way. We both understand how you feel about this, but we've made up our minds.
Oh, I'm afraid that just won't do, my dear. You are going to move out and that is that. Besides, I know that Ben is on my side in this. You seem to be mistaken.
I don't get it. Why didn't you say anything about these reservations you have now when we got married in the first place?
I was just so excited that my son was finally getting married that I didn't bother looking into who exactly he was marrying. So I thought that Ben must have made a good choice for himself and chose to keep my thoughts to myself. But 6 months later, I can see now that I was dead wrong. And now I see that you're nothing but an ill-mannered little girl.
Well, fine. If you want me to leave, then that's what I'll do. But Ben is going to be leaving with me.
I am telling you that this is not how this is going to work, understand me? Honestly, where do you get off talking to me like that? You have got some nerve. But fine, I suppose we'll see who is really right about this in the end. And then you'll know just how little you mean to Ben.
Lucy, please, what is the matter with you? Can't you at least let me put some more clothes on?
I'm afraid that is not going to do. But don't worry, I'll pack up all your things and send them to your parents' house. And never, ever come back here again, or else I'll call the police on you.
Lucy, what month do you think it is right now? I mean, have you even looked outside? It's snowing. My body is going to freeze if you keep me out here in these soaking wet clothes. I don't even have my wallet. Can't you at least let me put on some decent clothes? Think of my baby. You know this can't be good for it.
I already told you that it's not going to happen. And good, I hope it is bad for the baby. That's why I dumped water in you and kicked you out of the house in the first place.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? You're not serious about that, are you?
Of course I am. I'm going to save my son from having to father that horrible whelp you're carrying inside of you. And that is going to save me a lot of trouble in the future. I can already tell.
I don't believe it. I literally can't believe what I'm reading right now. Don't you realize what you're saying?
Oh, I know quite well what I'm saying, thank you. But it's fine. I'll be forgiven for this. After all, I had a sign to do this. Ben is away on a business trip, so there's nothing keeping me from doing this. Now the rest is just up to you. But I know that you don't have any friends around here anyways, so good luck finding anyone who will help you. And good riddance, you good-for-nothing woman.
Okay, fine then. I'll stop asking for your help since you're clearly not interested.
That's right. Now go away. I can't have some sopping wet woman banging on my door all night. It'll worry the neighbors. Leave and never ever come back. Do you understand me?
Hey, Lucy! Do you have any idea where Tammy is? Did she go back to stay with her parents or something?
Oh, hello, dear. I'm really not sure about her. Honestly, she never tells me anything, so most times I just forget all about her. But I'm sure she's just out. Maybe she's at a cafe with a friend or something like that. Speaking of, I'm about to go meet up with a friend too, so let's talk later.
Hold it right there. You are going to come back to the house and apologize right now.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What do I have to apologize for? Who am I even apologizing to?
You really have no idea what you've done, do you? Now that you've gone and thrown Tammy out, we're going to be ruined!
Ricky, what in the world are you talking about? How is throwing a useless woman like Tammy out of our house going to ruin us? You're not making any sense at all. Are you okay? Did you catch a cold in the snow or something like that?
I'm just fine, thank you! The only person who should be checked into a hospital is you! What were you thinking?
I really have no idea what you're talking about.
It's too late. Tammy already told me all about what you put her through. Honestly, why would you do something like that? Thanks to you, we're having the president of Wells Truck Go, one of the largest clients, coming over to the house right now.
Wells Trucko? But that's a huge company. Why in the world would their president be coming to our house?
Because the daughter of said president is none other than Tammy. But they stopped talking because Tammy ran away to be with Ben. But of course, someone like Sam Trucko isn't going to just let his daughter run off unsupervised.
But, hold on a second. Is this some kind of joke? Are you pranking me right now?
I wish it was a joke! The only thing that's a joke is how you acted. Did you know that her dad was the one that picked up Tammy shivering on the side of the street? He said he's going to pull all of his contracts his company has with us. Don't you realize what you've done to us? How many times did I tell you to lay off Tammy? Why wouldn't you listen to me?
I'm sorry. I really am so sorry. I had no idea who Tammy was or who her family was, honest.
That much is obvious. But don't apologize to me, apologize to Tammy. And I mean right now. Get back here right now and beg for forgiveness. Lucy, are you there? We have to talk about the meeting.
Oh, is it over already? What happened? Did Sam say he wasn't going to restore our contracts? What's going on?
Well, thanks to Tammy, we're going to be okay. She convinced her father not to punish me for your mistake.
Oh, I see. Well, that is a relief to hear at least. Then I suppose that you'll be on your way back soon? I wasn't able to get your credit card off of you, but I wanted to get a little bit of shopping done while the sun is still out. You have no idea how stressed I've been. And I'm sick and tired of living in a hotel like this. When can I go back?
What are you talking about? Don't you realize you almost bankrupted my whole company? The only client we work with is Wells Truck Go because of how many orders they put in with us. You think you're stressed? What about me?
Well, I already said that I'm sorry. I don't really know what else you expect to hear from me. Besides, like I said, I had no idea who Tammy's father was. And now we're going to be having the grandchild of the president of Wells Truck Go. Isn't that wonderful? We're never going to have to worry about this again.
You've always been like this, you know? Always looking down on those around you. But you really took things too far this time. I mean, this is the woman that our son wants to marry, and you could have killed her!
But that isn't even what I was trying to do. You know that I would never want to take things that far. How is Ben, by the way? You really need to have a chat with him and tell him to fix his attitude, because he's still just refusing to talk to me after this.
He isn't doing good. He wants nothing to do with you. And in fact, neither do I. I'd like to get a divorce.
Wait, what? You can't really be serious about this, right?
Of course I'm serious. Tammy convinced her dad not to pull out our contracts. But that doesn't mean that I've forgiven you.
So then you're really going to get a divorce? Just over some woman?
Some woman? There is no way that you still don't realize how wrong you are when you say that, right?
But then, what's going to happen? I don't understand.
Well, first of all, Tammy's going to sue you for what you did to her. Then I'm going to talk to my lawyer about splitting up our estate. So anyways, go ahead and keep this Sunday free. Because we're going to finalize this thing then.
Wait just a second. You can't do this to me. Think of all the time that we've spent together. You can't just cast me aside like this.
We did have some good times. And I'm so grateful that you were able to give me Ben. But you're reckless, irresponsible, rude, hurtful, and you almost killed our grandchild. You're nothing but trouble. And one of these days, you're going to get someone seriously hurt with your behavior. But I'm not going to be around to be there for you when that does happen. I can't be responsible for your actions anymore.
But even so, I mean, please, I won't have anywhere to go if you leave me. What am I going to do?
I really don't care what you do. But don't worry, you're not going to be left with nothing when this is all done.
But I won't even have a home. Where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to live?
Oh, just give it a rest already. I can't believe you're whining like this. You haven't reflected once on what could have happened to Tammy. You only care about yourself, and you're only demonstrating that now. Divorcing you is the only option I have left.
Please don't say that, Ricky. You know we can work through this. I know that I can be a handful from time to time, but you don't have to end things like this.
Nothing you say is going to change how I feel about this, Lucy. I've put a lot of thought into this, and I've made my decision. Please, just don't try and stop this. This is going to happen, so just accept it. And never, ever come back here again, okay?
Ricky, please. I'm so sorry about all of this. I never meant to hurt anyone at all.
I'll see you Sunday for the divorce talk. And Tammy's gonna be there too, by the way. The last time she came over, you pretended to be asleep all day so you wouldn't have to see her. But you are going to apologize to her. Do you understand me?
Wait, so you're really going to bring Tammy to our divorce proceedings?
Well, Lucy, what's it been? A month since we last spoke?
Wait, what? Who is this now? Wait a second, is this Tammy? How are you? Are you okay? How is your little baby?
Oh, the baby is just fine. Not thanks to you. I was just so lucky that my father happened to be in the area. Although I did catch a really nasty cold thanks to you.
I really am so sorry about this whole thing. But you already know that, dear, don't you?
Just save it. I'm not going to be swayed by anything you say. You are nothing to me, do you understand that? But I hope you have a good life with no problems that ever drive you back here to bother us ever again.
Tammy, I've never seen this side of you. You were normally so soft-spoken and sweet.
Well, that was before you tried to kill my baby and I by freezing us to death.
Please, dear, show me some mercy. Surely you and I have had good times together as well, right? You don't really want to do this to me.
You know, I used to respect you. I thought you were so prim and proper and everything a good wife should be. But now I see that you're nothing more than a pampered old hag who has no idea how to take care of herself. I have no respect for you. And neither does your soon-to-be ex-husband or your son.
Tammy, please, you have to know that I'm so sorry about all of this that's happened between us. I really had no idea who your father was.
And just what does my dad have to do with any of this? Do you really think that it's okay to do what you did to me to anyone, regardless of who they are? You dumped water on me and then shoved me out in the freezing cold with nothing but pants and a t-shirt on. Do you really not realize the severity of what could have happened to me?
I do. Of course I do. I've thought about all the mean things that I've done and said to you, and you have to know that I never do or say any of those awful things ever again, okay? By the way, where are you now? Ricky kicked me out of the house a few days ago, and I've been in a hotel ever since. But please tell me, so I can go and apologize to you in person.
You are never, ever going to know where I am. After what you did to me, I never want to see you again. Hearing an apology from you would only piss me off, I think.
But I'm still your mother-in-law. I mean, Ben is my son. You're not going to forget to take care of your dear mother-in-law just because you're upset at me, right? And what about your baby? Aren't you going to let me meet my first grandchild?
You aren't going to come anywhere near my baby. You're lucky enough to be getting money from your divorce with Ricky. But as far as Ben and I are concerned, you're dead to us. I'll see you this Sunday, but after that, I never want to see you again. In the end, the divorce process for Lucy and Ricky took a whole year before it was over. Because Lucy's lawyer threw every roadblock imaginable in the way. Lucy knew she was going to be getting money from the divorce, but asked for me since she had come to expect a certain standard of living. After hearing the details of the case, however, the judge said that in light of the heinous acts Lucy took against me, that she was lucky not to spend any time in jail, and that she deserved a low quality of life. With only her share of Ricky's assets, she quickly ran through all her money, unfamiliar with how to live within her means. When that happened, she tried reaching out first to Ricky for help, and then to Ben and I. I'm sure she was saddened to find out that we had all blocked her on everything, and even gotten new phone numbers. I wasn't kidding when I said that Lucy would be dead to us. As for Ben and I, we finally feel like we're starting the married life that we've always wanted. I no longer feel so much pressure to be a perfect housewife, and Ben told me he never wanted that for me in the first place. Now, Ben, our son, and I are all living happily together. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Liam, huge problem.
What's up? I'm having to go into overtime here at work, so could you make this quick for me?
I was just told that my dad got into a car accident and is on his way to the hospital right now in the back of an ambulance.
Huh? He was in a car accident?
I'm thinking of heading over there right now.
Right now?
My mom isn't around anymore to deal with things like this, and my brother is overseas with his wife on vacation. I have to be the one to go and see him.
What hospital is your dad being taken to right now?
He's going to the emergency room at Hopkins Hospital.
Huh? Hopkins? That's all the way over in Manchester, right? That's all the way out where your family's house is, right?
Yes. This accident happened close to his house while he was out. I'm sorry, but I am heading over there right now.
Wait. I just wanted to make sure of this, but in 2 days you'll still be around to make it, right?
In 2 days?
I'm talking about Taylor's wedding. My little sister Taylor. Your husband's little sister's wedding is in 2 days.
I understand that she's having a wedding and all, but I'm not sure how my dad is going to be doing by then. At this time, I don't have an answer for you regarding that.
Well then, make sure you do something that'll lead to you making over here on time.
You can say that all you want, but I'm not sure how things will be at that time yet.
Listen, Clara, this is going to be my cute little sister's biggest day. No matter what else is going on, her wedding is your most important event.
I understand that her wedding is important, but I'm not just going to leave my dad if he's still in a terrible state.
I'll not allow you to cancel last minute on my sister.
And I'm telling you that I don't want to be absent from her wedding, but at this point in time, I'm not really sure what to say yet as my answer, considering I'm not even sure what's happened to my dad yet. Once I'm able to see how much damage he sustained in the accident, I will be able to give you an answer. For the time being, just let me be with my dad.
Jeez.
I'm going to go see my dad now. Good morning, Liam. This is about my dad.
Yeah? I'm sure you're going to tell me that you'll be able to make it to my sister's wedding, right?
I'm really sorry to have to say this, but I'm not so sure I can make it.
Huh.
Wait, you have to understand that I really do want to be there.
Your dad? Is he really?
Wait. He's not in that kind of a state right now, but he suffered some serious injuries in that crash. No one else from my family is able to come and be with him right now, so I'll have to stay by his side for the next couple of days to make sure things are fine.
Well, during the wedding, you can at least take that time to come out and be with us.
Please don't say something like that when my dad is in this state. It'll already take me 4 hours to just get to the wedding, and then that'll take half a day before I have to drive another 4 hours back. That's a whole day. I can't be away from my dad for that long when anything could happen to him in that time.
I think I'm telling you to make this wedding your priority.
I'll make sure to apologize to Taylor later on for this, so would you please lay off me?
Jeez. Tell me that this whole thing about your dad being in some accident is just a lie.
What?
You sure you're not just trying to cover up the fact that you're out cheating on me right now?
Why would I be cheating on you?
Well, if you're not, then come to this wedding. Look, you can't make such a big deal out of your dad getting into a simple car accident. What the hell was your dad thinking getting into a crash at this time? Don't tell me that he got into the crash on purpose for you.
You're really starting to take things too far now, Liam.
Do you really think you're in the position to be getting upset with me right now? If you don't come to my sister's wedding, like I've asked you to, then I'm going to divorce you.
All right.
Great. Now make sure you're there on time.
I'm going to prioritize my dad.
Huh?
I'll make sure to apologize to your sister later, so that should be enough.
What the hell is this? Do you have any idea what you'd be doing leaving a seat open like this in my sister's family seating? You really think I'm going to let you get away with doing something so insane?
Your sister happens to have some common sense, so unlike you, she would most likely get mad at you and defend me for not wanting to be at that wedding. Because she knows that my dad comes first when there's an emergency involving him.
Taylor would never get mad at me over that.
Anyway, I am prioritizing my dad. Also, I've already made sure to tell Taylor about how my dad got into an accident and that I won't be able to make it to her wedding.
Excuse me?
She still hasn't replied to me. But I think someone like her will be able to understand me.
What the hell have you done?
I need to start taking care of my dad now as he's getting ready for surgery, and I need to make sure he's prepared for that.
You hold it right there. I will not forgive you for cancelling on my sister. I'll tell you one more time. If you don't show up to that wedding, then I'm divorcing you. If you don't want that happening, then come to this wedding. Understand?
Clara, I'm so sorry for only just seeing your messages to me now. Is your dad going to be all right? Sorry for getting you all worked up about this, Taylor. He's not in life-threatening condition right now, but he has been very badly injured in that crash and is undergoing surgery now. That means, as for your wedding tomorrow, I don't mind you being absent one bit, so please don't be worried about me. You had told me before that right now your brother and his wife are overseas for work, right? That's right. Although my brother's wife will be coming back to the States here pretty soon to help out with my dad after things settle down a little. But since they're on the other side of the world right now, it's going to take her some time to get back here. So you really are the only family that can be with your dad right now then. I want you to stay right where you are beside him and make sure he's okay. Are you really okay with this? Of course. It's your family emergency after all. I understand that my brother is making a huge deal out of all of this right now, but he's the only one who doesn't seem to get it. I'm sure that he'll settle down soon here and come to understand things, but this is always the way he acts around me, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But my parents and I have come to accept that he's just an idiot, so we leave him be until he calms down again. Ah, is that right? And this isn't even his wedding, so he has no right telling you that you have to be here or not. My fiancé and I are both aware that you can't make it, and that should be enough to get him to shut up. Now, you take really good care of your dad. Thank you, Taylor.
Hey, Clara. You still over there with your dad or something?
I am. For the time being, I'm going to have to go back and forth between the hospital and my dad's house. So that's why I've started staying at this house while he's still in the hospital.
Not only that you cancel last minute on my little sister's wedding, but you left me, your husband, here all by myself now.
My husband?
That's right, you are my freaking wife. The only thing you should be prioritizing is what I ask from you. Leave that old and dying man there by himself and come back to me. If you don't follow my command right now, then it's a divorce.
I know that, and that's why I already handed in the divorce papers for us.
What?
Just before the wedding, you told me that if I didn't come, that you would be divorcing me, right? And just yesterday, I got some mail from you that happened to be the divorce paperwork with all your signatures on them. And considering I didn't go to the wedding, I went ahead and handed in those papers for us.
Wait, I was just saying all that in order to get you to come.
But you even went and sent me the paperwork, right? You had signed all the papers and filled everything out for me. Seriously, you thought that you could just use divorce as a way of threatening me into doing everything you asked?
No, that's
Answer me right now, Liam. I mean, you always loved talking to me like you were at the top and knew everything and anything, so give me an answer.
Wait, would it be wrong for us to hand in our marriage papers again?
Excuse me?
Well, look, my little sister only just got married, and a few days later her older brother got divorced, and seems like Tyler is really pissed at me right now.
Ah, you don't have to worry about all that. Everyone hates you now, including Taylor.
Huh?
Liam, from what I've heard, at Taylor's wedding you would not stop talking crap about how bad of a wife I was, right? Taylor had already known about what was going on with me and why I couldn't make it to her wedding. She even went and told all her friends and family about where I was, and they all agreed that it was better I stay with my dad than come all the way out there. But the moment you took a sip of alcohol, you started to shout about how you would divorce me for not listening to you. Things about how much you hated me and wanted to leave me and couldn't stand me anymore. And when people would walk away from you as you continued to go on and on about me, you started to yell louder, trying to get someone to come over and agree with you. I heard that Taylor's wedding wasn't even halfway over with yet before she had to get people to haul you out of there and lock the doors on you.
You know about all that as well?
After that had happened to you out of pure alcoholic rage, you went and sent me those papers, right? Anyway, you and I are divorced now. I'm pretty sure I've said all I've needed to you now, so consider this the moment where our ties are cut, please.
What the hell?
And don't act like you haven't been using some of my savings without asking.
What?
Just the other day, I was planning on paying for my dad's first round of medical bills while at the hospital, and so I had a look at my savings account. I saw on there that over the past couple of months, someone has been going through and taking out small amounts of money from there, adding up to around $30,000 in total. I was shocked to see that it was you doing that.
Where's the evidence that I did it?
When I had a look at where the money was being transferred to, there was your account number in the transaction history. What the hell have you been using my money on?
When I heard that Tyler would be getting married, I thought that I should celebrate, so I went to a strip club.
You went to a strip club?
Let me just tell you right now that I was not cheating on you. There was this one stripper that I was really into, but I was only going there to drink and watch her dance.
Oh, is that right? And then?
So every time I went there, I was using my credit card to pay. I've been doing this for months, and after a while I went and had a look at my bank account and realised I didn't have enough money to pay the debt off.
And so you took money out of my account?
When you and I went to the bank together, I got a look at your savings account number.
Jesus frickin' Christ, Liam!
This all happened before the divorce, so why do you care? And since you and I were married at the time, your money that you had saved up was the both of ours. so there's no problem with me taking some of it.
Well, that right there is a big misunderstanding on your part.
Huh?
That money that I've saved up from before you and I got married is protected by law and remains for only me to use. It does not ever become yours to use as well just because you and I got married.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. But thankfully I already talked with your parents about all of this and they are paying me back. Along with things like the settlement I'm getting from you and all that. This means I'll be getting $40,000 from your parents, which you'll soon have to pay them.
$40,000?
Remember that it's your parents who will be asking for that from you next, so be ready. But you should mostly be prepared for just how pissed those two will be with you after what I've had to tell them.
No freaking way. They were already furious with me because of what happened at the wedding. $40,000.
Well, now that you're aware of all that, I am leaving. And I mean that as in I am never going to talk to you ever again.
Wait a sec.
What else do you want from me?
I'll help you take care of your dad from now on, so let me marry you again.
No, thank you.
You replied to something like that quickly. You can't be serious.
Well, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Can't you at least put a little thought into it or something?
The reason I don't have to put any thought into my answer to you is because I've already thought long and hard about it, and have come to realize how much I hate you now. Even my dad is aware of what all you've been doing, and is so upset with you right now that if he wasn't in a hospital bed, he would be at your doorstep waiting for you to come out so that he could beat the hell out of you.
What?
That's all. Goodbye forever now, you pile of garbage. And that was it between Liam and I. I was only able to be married to Liam for about 1.5 years, but the fact that he cared too much about his sister and would even celebrate her by going to a strip club and all that made it pretty clear to me that he shouldn't have married me at all. As of right now, he's a divorced man and is hated by his little sister that he cared about way too much as a brother. Right now, he's still working at the same company he's always been a part of, but at that wedding, there happened to be a few of his coworkers there by coincidence. They all saw how he acted when he got drunk and watched as he was dragged out of the wedding. Since then, the workplace has been very tough on Liam, as he's surrounded by coworkers that are whispering about what happened with him all the time and giving him the cold shoulder. He's not able to leave his job there, though, as both of his parents are whooping his butt about paying them back that $40,000 they gave me. So until he's finished paying off his debt, he is stuck in that company. He can't even try to get himself fired either, because both his mom and dad told him that if they were to find out he left that job, they would make sure he could never work again. So for the time being, Liam will just have to put up with his new sucky life and hope that all of that cold shoulder and rumors about him don't drive him insane. I'm sure that even right now he's at work, hiding in some corner office as he tries to get anything done, all while listening to the whispers of his coworkers talking about how much of a jerk he is. As for things regarding my dad, he has finished going through all the surgeries he required, and is now just resting at the hospital. He should be out of there in another month or so, where he will then be able to start physical therapy with the support of myself and my sister-in-law. I've completely moved into his house now and found myself a job around here, and plan to stay here for the rest of my life, making sure that my dad is all right and doesn't get into another accident like that again.